What's up, peeps? Welcome to the BANDOFBROS channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys the best controller mapping and button layout that will allow you to beat all those mouse and keyboard players, and a secret setting that I guarantee you nobody has showed you, which allows you to do this. Literally a 180 flick on controller with just a flick of your finger. Ladies and gentlemen, let's jump right into this video. So to start off, we're going to go into our options, and for the first one, we are going to go into a game play. All right, so we're going to cruise our way to the bottom here, and where it says double tap forward to sprint, if you move your left stick forward twice, your dude will start sprinting automatically. This saves you a lot of thumb spraying, and as well, it starts saving your controller with that dead zone. So we're going to cruise here all the way to the bottom where it says a double tap forward to sprint. That means that if you move your joystick forward twice, your left joystick, your dude will start sprinting automatically. This is definitely a lot easier because you are running a lot in the game. Next up, for a crouch toggle sprint, I have this on crouch. This means that if you are in the crouch position and you start sprinting, your dude will actually start sprinting while crouching. If you don't want to have this one on, you can have it on stand, and this means that if you initiate sprinting while standing up and you go into the crouch position, your dude will still continue sprinting, but that is the only way to activate that. Next up here, you have to deactivate this one. You double tap crouch for sprint slide. Not sure why that one's on. And here we're going to go into the bottom right here where it says interact and reload. This is actually a pretty important one, especially if you are playing the Battle Royale mode. I have the prioritized reload. That means that if you have a bunch of things on the ground like loot to pick up or you want to hop into a vehicle, prioritized reload means that if you have to reload your weapon and you hit your reload button, which is usually square for PlayStation players, your dude will reload. If you don't have to reload, you only have to press that square once. But now you can actually switch it. You can put reload tap and interact hold. That means that whenever you tap, dude will always reload. And to interact with the world, like opening doors, opening chests, everything like that, you will have to hold it. But I like the prioritize reload option on this one. Now, after this one, we are going to go to the top back here where it says hold and toggle, and we're going to switch one setting right here. Very important for control players. This one's steady scope. We're going to switch it to toggle. It's usually hold. That means that if you're in a sniper and you want to hold your breath, you literally have to hold the button to hold your breath. This one makes it significantly easier. You just tap it once to hold your breath, and your dude will automatically start holding your breath. This allows you to have your thumbs without that pressure, like holding it, so it's just way easier. Trust me on that one. And now let's go here to the back, and this is where it gets interesting to the controller section of things. Let's go into edit. Then here we're going to go into the infantry and passenger controller mapping. This is where we map all our things, and we're going to change a couple of things here. First, I like switching the R1, L1. So if we go here to the bottom, my fire and zoom is with R1, L1. A lot of people say that sometimes you keep throwing grenades and all that. So whenever you change this, you have to make sure that whenever you go to the top right over here, you have to go up right over here where it says ping, Comrose, and grenade. You have to switch this one to L2 and then switch this one back to R2. Now for the crouch, I do have a custom controller, so I do have back buttons. That's why I still have it at circle. If you don't have that, then what I recommend is removing sprint because you already have the double tap forward to sprint and changing the L3 to the crouch. So I think it's better to crouch with L3 rather than with R3 because R3 is your aiming button. And you don't want to be putting any pressure on your aiming button while you're crouching. Always keep your aiming button, your aiming finger clear. And then the most important setting, which allows you to flick players. I'm going to go to the top here just so I can show you from here. You're going to start cruising your way to the bottom. Go to the bottom, go to the bottom right here where it says, as you guys can see, where you've got all the movements, it says flick, look forward, and flick, look backward. You've also got right and left, but I really don't think right and left is pretty necessary. We're going to do this one. And if you guys didn't know, this is specifically for PlayStation 5 controllers. The touchpad is actually a button, so not just clicking it. If you flick to the right, let me turn on my camera so you guys can see. All right, so there we go. I've got my camera on just so you guys can see right over here. So actually, this motion, just you sliding left and right, is a motion. So I'm going to show you guys right here. We're going to click and make sure you bind the one that says flick, look backward because it'll automatically do this one. But make sure you do flick, look backward, and that is the command that it'll follow. So flick, look backward. I want to flick to the right. So I'm going to go ahead here and flick to the right. It says bind. Yeah, go ahead and bind anyways. And now let's go here into the real world and testing. So if I'm looking here, and as you guys can see, I'm going to hold my controller. If I flick to back, it's going to instantly flick to the back. And it's that same flicking motion, and you can continue flicking your character. Again, flicking to the other side, even though it says it's binded, it won't do anything, even though it says to the left. So it's always the same one. So just continue doing this. And I mean, take a look at this. Imagine you're shooting somebody in front. Flick, back. I mean, look at that. That is just insanely OP, and I just figured it out. I started using it, so I mean, it's a crazy option. There is literally no other way that you can have, especially for players that are playing on a little bit lower sensitivity. You want that nice aim and everything like that, but you can't completely flick around pretty fast. Well, this solves everything. And again, like I mentioned, this is specifically for PlayStation 5, but if you are playing on an Xbox controller, then what I recommend is maybe switching. The bottom D-pad is to turn on and off your laser or the flashlight. I really don't use flashlights, and laser I don't have the necessity to turn on and off. So if that's your case as well, I'd recommend maybe using one of the D-pads, and specifically either the bottom one, whichever you want, and on Xbox, add that bind to flick back and forward with this one right here, and then that will make it a lot easier. But again, if you're on PlayStation, you've got that. And you still got the up and down. So actually as well, another one that I did add on my keybind here. So if we go into button mapping again, and we start cruising all the way to the bottom right over here, I've actually got my fire mode and my scope zeroing with the up arrow. So here, as you guys can see in the bottom one, I've got it on full auto. If I just flick up once, it switches to single tap. And I do this sometimes with some weapons that if you select single tap, that you have absolutely no recoil. So if you want to beam somebody far away, I just do that. So with the flick, that's the other one I have as well. But yeah, thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you guys think. If you have any other questions, put it down below in the comment section. Peace out, and I'll see you all in the next one.